Okay. Now let's talk about Teresa Weatherspoon, Chicago Sky, trying to secure them a playoff spot versus Atlanta Dream. But before we get started, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Gertie Mac Show, taking y'all time to subscribe to the channel, liking and sharing all my videos. I really appreciate all that. Now let's go. So the Chicago Sky second half of the WNBA season has been up and down like an elevator. And they're also without their star player Angel Reese, who announced that she had hurt her wrist. So they let folks finish for the rest of the season. Now, if they keep their 8th spot in the playoffs, will she come back? I don't know. She already had surgery and all of that. Now, after she announced her injury, they ended up blowing out the next team that they played, which had people thinking that maybe the team was better without Angel Reese being on the court. But then they end up coming back, losing again, which start the conversation of, well, maybe they're not better without Angel Reese. At the end of the day, Teresa Weatherspoon is in a tight spot. They are taking on Atlanta Dream tonight, and both of these teams are trying to secure a spot in the WNBA playoff. Now, Chicago currently has the 8th seed, but if they lose to Tanisha Wright, Atlanta Dream tonight, then they're most likely going to be out. At the end of the day, Teresa Weatherspoon is in a bad position. You can tell that she has the passion and all of that to be a coach, but it's just not showing on the scoreboard, and clearly it's not showing by the Chicago Sky record. But you know, things does happen, and you can tell that week after week, after every loss in the post-game interviews, you can see the frustration. And this time, Teresa Weatherspoon kind of let it out a little bit more, because she ended up cursing in the post-game interview, but she cleared it up, but she also just wanted to make it known that Chicago Sky is not done, and for people not to count them out. Y'all check out this video.
Coach, in your address to the fans after the game, you said we're not done yet. I know this is kind of a little bit looking too far ahead, but when you look back on just the development that this team has had this year, what's the one thing that's kind of impressed you the most and that shows you that you guys are not done yet moving forward?
We play together. We're a team. I mean, things happen. I think that's what we fail to realize. Things happen in this game of basketball. It happens. Every team's not going to remain the healthiest. Things aren't going to go right all the time between the 4 lines. But as long as you bring your butt in here and you compete every single time, you can live with that. What I love about this team is they compete. They compete all the time, and they enjoy competing. And I can't ask you anything more than that as a head coach. Is every time your team steps on the floor, you compete. You're giving everything you have. Shit, I'm good with that. Sorry. I'm sorry. We're going to be fine. Trust that. And I said again, we ain't done yet. Trust it. Write it.
How do you kind of balance that going into these final 2 games of the regular season?
We have players available. We always say next man up. Nobody's feeling sorry for us. We go and we compete. That's it. We played our asses off tonight. We gave ourselves a chance to win. We played our butts off tonight, regardless of the circumstances. Our kids went out there and played. And that, I'm proud of. I'm extremely proud of that. There's no give up in these young ladies. Not one. We still got 2 to go. We're going after those 2.
Coach, we've just seen resiliency out of your team here. Throughout the entire season, there's only been a handful that have only been decided by double digits. But what do you think kind of went wrong in the 4th quarter that allowed Phoenix to run away with it?
There's a veteran team over there. Veteran team, and bodies that we have, probably a little bit of fatigue. There's a little bit of execution here on the offensive end, and we couldn't get a defensive stop when we needed it. But regardless, our kids went out and played.
Michaela logged it looks like all 40 minutes tonight. We've seen her just kind of emerge as that glue player for you guys. What kind of stands out just in that role and what that means for not just this season, but kind of the long-term role that maybe she can have here in Chicago?
Said it from day one. Most versatile player. She waited her turn. Now she's taking advantage of it, and she's doing a heck of a job for us in many areas. You see tonight, I played the 4. She can play the 3. She can play the 2. She can play the 4. She can play the 5. And she's done a heck of a job. Played 40 minutes tonight and not at her best. She's not healthy, but they're giving every single thing that they have. And once again, I'm proud of the effort. And Michaela is just only growing and she's building, and her confidence level is extremely high. And when you can play with that type of confidence and belief in yourself, it doesn't matter where I put her. She believes that I put her there for a reason, and there's a purpose behind it.
And then did you say that Michaela is not healthy? Does she have like a sprain or something?
Not go deep on it.
Yeah, Coach, despite continuing to miss Angel, you guys still out-rebounded Brittany Griner and the Phoenix Mercury by 37-30. What are you seeing out there that your ladies are able to still pull down more boards despite missing some key
It's a grit and grind. It's a grit and it's a grind. These young ladies love to be a part of the grit and the grind. They know what they have to do. I have a great group of young ladies who compete every single night. And unfortunately, sometimes when you compete like this and the ball doesn't bounce your way and you walk off the way that we had to walk off tonight, it's not a great feeling at all. Trust that. This doesn't feel freaking good. But the one thing that you can look at is see that we competed. And when you compete, you can walk off holding your head high.
Hey, Coach. Going back to the perimeter play, Michaela, Lindsay, Kennedy, Rachel, Dana, they shot lights out from the perimeter. How do you build off of that going into Tuesday against Atlanta?
Just do it again. Just do it again with the same freaking confidence you had doing it then. You run the plays, execute the plays. They were sharing the ball. They were making the extra pass. And when you do that, it's fun to watch that kind of basketball, and it's fun to play it. And it was fun for them tonight to play this style of basketball. And when you have this kind of a balanced attack that I'm looking at here, it's a good way to play the game of basketball. It's good to see 26 assists. I like that. 7 turnovers. I love that.
Coach, in your address to the fans after the game, you said we're not done yet. I know this is kind of a little bit looking too far ahead, but when you look back on just the development that this team has had this year, what's the one thing that's kind of impressed you the most and that shows you that you guys are not done yet moving forward?
We play together. We're a team. Things happen. I think that's what we fail to realize. Things happen in this game of basketball. It happens. Every team's not going to remain the healthiest. Things aren't going to go right all the time between the 4 lines. But as long as you bring your butt in here and you compete every single time, you can live with that. What I love about this team is they compete. They compete all the time, and they enjoy competing. And I can't ask anything more than that as a head coach. Is every time your team steps on the floor, you compete. You're giving everything you have. Shit, I'm good with that. Sorry. I'm sorry. We're going to be fine. Trust that. And I said again, we ain't done yet. Trust it. Write it.
Now, Atlanta Dream had a comeback victory in overtime the other day against the Washington Mystics, 76-73. And this is why this game is important for Chicago Sky and Atlanta Dream, because whoever wins gets in. In just my honest opinion, I really feel like Tanisha Wright, Atlanta Dream, would be the much better team to go into the 8th seed for the WNBA playoffs. But let's listen to a look part of Jordan Canada for Atlanta Dream and her talking about, getting this opportunity to potentially make the WNBA playoffs. Let's check this out.
And then secondly, I know you would rather have a playoff spot clinched by now, of course. But in the big picture, the WNBA was just this year, how crazy and wonderful it's been. How decent is it to see 3 teams fighting for that one playoff spot going to the last week of the season?
It's crazy. It's just a testament to this, how competitive this league is. Every night you're going to get a game. There is no drop-offs with any team in this league. And that's the great thing about why our game is starting to grow. Like you said, you have 3 teams fighting for the last spot, and it's obviously going to come down to the wire. And so, like I said, it's just a testament to how competitive we are as women, as athletes. and just continuing to, be professionals. And it doesn't matter if, if it's the first game of the season or the last game of the season, we're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to play. That's our jobs. And so, I'm just really excited to see the league continuing to grow with new teams coming in and just the competitiveness of our league.
At the end of the day, this boils down to who wanted the most. Chicago Sky, in my opinion, right now, I don't feel like they are ready to be in the WNBA playoffs, and the fact that they don't have injuries. Tanisha Wright, Atlanta Dream, I feel like they will be the better team, to try to, be a little bit more competitive, depending on who they play. They can end up playing Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever, who knows? But y'all get in the comments telling what y'all think. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the videos, and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I drop another video, and follow my social media at GertieMac15. Holla.